Welcome, everyone, to the newest episode of the Ballinesian podcast. It's the midweek episode. We're going to be throwing down on the hard court. Definitely a lot of things basketball, but probably also some updates in football. But yeah, sponsored as always by Livasa Island Apparel, www.livasaislandapparel.com. Check them out. Check out that poster collection and let Brother E-Ride know what's popping, what he should be putting up there. And yeah, hit him up at Livasa on Instagram or le_Vasa. Yeah. Shout out to Livasa, Brother Eri, Brother Bode out there in Modesto, Via Dolorosa Church. Always doing big things.
Yep.
Super proud of him. I am Lance Falatongo.
Hey, what's up, man? It's your boy, man. Chicago, man. For Chicago, UNC, baby, basketball.
We are joined by one of the biggest basketball guys I know. Definitely the biggest Blazer, biggest Dame Lillard fan, biggest B-Roy fan. Luke Jobs. Brother Luke,
What's
welcome
up,
back.
guys? Good to be back. Good to be here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Always exciting to get on and talk hoops. Certain conversations when we're in person are just so like effortless and stuff, and it's always good hearing your takes, especially on basketball. And what position do you play when you're usually out on the court there, Luke?
Well, I'm a whole 5'7", so usually I play center.
He's locking it down in the key.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I played point guard. It was a good time, but those days are long gone, boys.
What would you say your point guard play style is?
You remember Aaron Kraft from Ohio State?
He was nice, yeah.
See, I don't.
Yeah, that's probably me.
Nice.
That's me.
That'd be a really good comparison. I mean, for us who play like pickup ball, we're not gonna go to the NBA, but if someone would told me, hey man, you play like Aaron Kraft, I'd be like, hey man, thanks.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Nice.
Aaron Kraft's he's a doctor now. It's pretty cool.
Oh.
I saw that.
Okay. Shout out to Eric Kraft. Come on the show. All right. We're going to be talking basketball. Before we hop into hoops, we got some information. We're recording this Wednesday. This afternoon, San Francisco 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy was entered into the concussion protocol. No player entered into the concussion protocol so far this year has played in their team's game that week. And of course, it being so late in the week, usually they're put into concussion protocol day of the game when things happen. Purdy was put into concussion protocol on Wednesday. So it's looking like he's not going to be playing this Sunday. Forrest, how do you feel about likely replacement Sam Darnold?
First off, this is also a cautionary tale of make sure that you pack your carry-ons in your overhead compartment and make sure that they're stowed away. If not, you get a concussion. But hey man, the gingerbread kid, man. Hey, I'm gonna copyright that name because if it sticks, I made it up.
The gingerbread kid, Sam
The gingerbread
Darnold.
kid, man, Sam Darnold. He's a pretty good backup for the league. I gotta say he's one of the top backups because I mean he was all right in New York. I mean we all know about him in New York, but he wasn't too bad in Carolina either. So for him to come off the bench for a team, that's pretty cool.
I forgot he played in Carolina.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do well, especially in that system. He's probably like one of the better game managers that you can have, especially coming off the bench. Again, like we're saying, he's coming off the bench, so he was a full-time starter in New York. He was a full-time starter in Carolina. So there's not too many downsides to him. You know what I mean? To having him come off the bench for you. So
Definitely has that experience, drafted high. He played well
Yep.
at USC. He's struggled to find his footing so far in the league, but he's had that experience as a starting quarterback. And, he could be really good in this quarterback-friendly system that Kyle Shanahan has there in San Francisco. Luke, what are you expecting to see from Sam Darnold? Big expectations or what?
Yeah, it's funny, huh? Because Lance and me were talking about that probably before the season started, and how he's pretty good, and it's pretty interesting that he's just been chilling, waiting. 'Cause, dude, they have the weapons in San Francisco, so I don't know. Give him a shot with some real talent around him, and I think they gave up on him too quick in New York.
Mm.
So I don't know, especially seeing Zach Wilson out there slinging that football, or not even trying to sling it. So I don't know. I think it'll be good to see him get another opportunity for sure.
He's gonna look good too because, like you're saying, he's got weapons in San Francisco, and he's got this system where it's just like they get guys in space, and really all you got to do is make that good throw or one-on-one up the sideline or whatever else. But definitely a offensive and quarterback friendly scheme there in San Francisco.
And
But
definitely
like,
the number one thing for him that's going to be like security is having CMC back there. So,
yeah,
can't be doing
Mhm.
too bad if you're able to just turn around and give it to the best weapon in the game today. So
there
you're
are going to
either handing
be.
it off or passing it to him.
I think Debo is going to be out again.
Yeah, I think so. Devo's out. I think there was one other person. Their offensive tackle, Trent Williams. Is
Oh
that his
damn.
name? He might be out.
Trent Williams, one of the best offensive linemen in football.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let's see. Do you guys know who they're supposed to play this week?
Oh,
I don't.
I'm looking it up.
I don't.
See the Niners logo. Where is it? Oh, They're hosting the Bengals.
Well, it could be tough, but the Bengals aren't last year's Bengals, so it's not too much of a worry for them. But I know they want to get through this week because they have the bye week right after, I think.
Oh, nice.
So we calling it now? Like, I don't know. I think the Niners are about to lose 3 straight, boys. I think it's happening.
Damn, that's crazy.
No, I don't think CMC will let it happen.
I mean, if the Bengals are rolling though, like the Bengals definitely started slow, but if they're hot, we know what Jamar Chase, what
They do it
Joe
every
Burrow can
year.
do. Oh, start slow and pick it up.
Yeah, especially Joe Burrow. I don't know. I think they aren't. I would agree. They're not the same team as they were last year, but I also see them getting hot.
Yeah. Well, I know a bunch of Niner fans listen to the show and are going to be very interested to see how the game goes Sunday afternoon. It looks like. Yeah. 125 on CBS. That's probably the CBS game. All right, and that's football. Let's get into why we're here. Basketball season tipped off this week. Tuesday, there were 2 games Tuesday night, and the rest of the games teams probably kicking off Wednesday and Thursday. The first game in Denver, the Nuggets raising their championship banner. They got their rings too. You get your rings on the court. Like in the NFL, they give you the rings like in a big ass banquet hall, and it's all tricked out and projector screens and stuff. But they just like give you the rings on the court, and then they're like, "Go play, hey, put that under your chair, and get out there, go play." Freaking Jokic over here with the triple double, like it's nothing, as the Nuggets take down the Lakers 119-107 on opening day. That was the first game. Any thoughts from that game? What sticks out immediately? Is it Jokic's triple double? Is it LeBron getting shook by who was that? Reggie Jackson?
Reggie Jackson. Same Lakers. Different year. Same Lakers. Somebody posted a meme and they had gunshots in the background and everybody's stuck in the house, and the meme reads, when you think there's a drive-by, but you realize it's just Anthony Davis shooting. So,
Wow, breaking it up.
Oh.
Yeah, Anthony Davis, he started really, really hot. Like had 17 at the half, and then I don't think he scored in the second half.
17 at the end of the game too. Damn, yeah. What?
He's the reason.
Do you guys think that they were focusing on defensively on Anthony Davis, or did he just fall apart?
He's got.
Oh, damn.
Do you want me to answer honestly?
Yes. Does Anthony Davis not got it? Oh,
Nah, he's still Anthony Davis, but I mean, the kid's fragile, man. It's proven. It's not even me talking smack. The kid's fragile, and I think he's already feeling the effects of a 1 game season.
1 game season.
Sorry, I had to take that shot. Hey, you know how we were just talking about Cincinnati starting slow? Well, the Lakers started slow last year too, but they picked it up. It's tough, man, because those guys are like veterans. I don't know. I'm not gonna say because I don't know what their work ethic is, but we've all seen LeBron put in work. But they're at a different time in their career now, so I don't know how much time they put going really hard, in the off season, like some of these other cats do right now, the younger dudes, because they know that it's a long season, So I know they're still professionals, and I know they still get down to it, but I don't know if they get down to it like they used to in the off season. So that could be a problem for them, or not really a problem, but that could be what's holding them back early. Maybe they took a little time off this off season, to have a little fun, you know.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. They're getting older, right?
Yeah.
You feel LeBron's what, 41 now? 42? What is it?
Is he? I thought
His
it's like
21st season.
I don't know.
He's 30, older. 38. He's gonna be 39.
Oh, see.
So right, and he's done it a lot. His body. We talk about LeBron versus Father Time and how LeBron has beaten back Father Time probably better than anyone in the history of the league. But is it now? I've been saying this for like the last 5 years. Like even before LeBron was on the Lakers, I'm like, is now the time when his body that's been through all those tough driving layups, dunks, blocks, is now when the physical body actually starts to let him down again. Definitely he wants to keep going, but I mean, we're all limited by what our bodies can do. So, I mean, but I also don't think he's training hella hard to get stronger. I think he's just kind of maintaining because he knows he's old. I don't know. Luke, what do you think LeBron is doing? You think he's getting stronger?
I do. I think he's gotten way better over his career. I think the fact that he was limited, I don't know. I was really excited to watch some basketball last night. So I watched that whole game, and dude, LeBron played, I want to say 24, 25 minutes, probably the lowest in his career. And I think you're going to see a lot of that this year. He's going to play 20 to 30 minutes a game. It's going to be different than what we're used to seeing out of LeBron, but he still had a really efficient game. Puts up 22, 23 points, still dishing the ball, still gets boards. I don't know. It's pretty amazing watching him play because you're not that guy's 38. He still drives down the court and gets a bucket. And I don't know. Him falling down, I think was a little bit embarrassing for him, but at the same time, they still made it a game there for a little bit. Nuggets look good though, man. They didn't skip a beat. They kept it up the whole game. It looked like they were mid-season form.
Jokic, 36 minutes. He finished with 29 points, 13 rebounds, and 11 assists. Just a easy championship ring day sort of triple-double from the Serbian. Who else did good? Jamal Murray, 21 points. Caldwell Pope also had 20.
Funny thing, that guy used to be a Laker.
I remember. Kentavious Caldwell Pope. Where did he sign from? Where did we sign him
Detroit.
from? Detroit.
He was in Detroit. Yeah.
And then him and LeBron are both on the same I was gonna say label. They both same agency.
That would make sense.
I'll always remember Kentavious Caldwell Pope because I think he was on house arrest and he played for the Lakers with an ankle bracelet on.
Oh,
and I always thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even remember that. That's crazy. I need to look now. I need to make a note. I'm gonna look that up after the show. KCP ankle bracelet.
You know what? It's easier for LeBron to stay at peak level in this league because, like Luke said, they are the restriction numbers for him this year are going to be 24 to 32 minutes. That's the restriction numbers they're giving. He is going to be put on a minutes restriction, so it's going to be
The whole
20. Yeah,
season?
yeah, 24 to about I think
Huh.
24 to like 36 minutes. That's what they're saying. So anywhere in between that. So 24 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
Also,
Okay.
he spends $1 million on his body, keeping right. And then there's just the minute restrictions that, they were allowed to miss games. And this is not me comparing them to guys who played in the 80s and 90s. This is just the way the league is these days. And that's why he's able to be at top level at 38. It's because he doesn't have as much wear and tear on him as players used to do. Like players used to go 40 minutes for like their whole career, and then counting the overtimes, the injuries they never reported. So, different time. I don't think he's falling off at all. And as far as getting better, I think his game is growing. I don't know if he's getting any better, but his game is definitely growing. You saw it with Kobe, you saw it with Michael Jordan into their later years. They became really great shooters, mid-range shooters, the turnaround jumpers. LeBron's already a great facilitator, so that part of his game's gonna show. I think it's gonna shine more now. His shot, everybody says, like from three, it's always been an athletic shot. Like he's not a great three-point shooter, but he's so athletic that he can get those shots off and
I
make
think
them
he
from
was
like half court.
sorry, I think he was bad at shooting threes to start his career, right?
Yeah,
And then he started
slowly,
like
slowly.
staring at the ground, and then his
Yeah,
like numbers
yeah.
shot up.
So I look for him to be a lot into the post so he can post people up, get those mid-range jumpers, and then like we were talking about um the young dude in Brooklyn. What's his name again? Jesus.
Young dude in Brooklyn,
Bridges?
Uh no. The one that everybody says can't shoot threes.
Johnson, can't shoot
Is
threes.
yeah. Is in
Oh, Julius Randle.
no, played for
Wasn't
Philly.
he in the 3-point contest?
Oh, for Philly?
What was his oh my gosh.
he
He was the
he.
number one pick. Why can't I
Oh,
remember his name?
Markel Fultz.
Well,
No, big
Should we
dude.
just
Played
name
at played at LSU.
Shaq, LSU, first overall
From
pick.
from Australia. What's his name?
Ben Simmons.
Yes. Ben
you were right,
Simmons.
Brooklyn. Yep.
Yeah. Sheesh.
Why can
Sorry. Brain fart. I don't know why I can remember that. But I just like how I was talking about Ben Simmons, we were talking about Ben Simmons the other day about him going into the post and running the team from the post because he's that good of a passer. I think LeBron should be doing the same thing now. You know, put him in the post. It's a different look for the Lakers. It's a different look for the other teams to go down there as he's running the team from the post. He can pass out of the post. He's still big enough, still strong, man. There's not too many guys who are as strong as him that can go to the hoop and people just kind of give him away. So I think his game's
I
gonna
think I
change. That's
measure
what's gonna
his
make him better.
power level off of like his hair, and like the thinner it gets, the more I'm like, oh, see, there it is, there it goes. Don't let this man lose his hair. It's like Samson, but like I don't know, he
Man,
keeps
I was
getting
just about to
put
say
on.
he's gonna be superpowered. Like he'll have superpowers in this year if that's the case.
He got more
Well,
hair.
spending $1 million on his body, I bet you the hair comes back too a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
you can spend as much as you want. That's the one part of your body you can't bring back.
Yo, as long as it doesn't start running down the sides of his face during the game. That like,
Hey,
get some real plugs.
tell
Don't
him
do
just
that
to take a
spray on.
page. Just take a page out of KD's book, man. KD does not care what his hair looks like. If he does, he's really good at hiding it because that guy's hair is horrible.
He said when the threads opened up, the Instagram, Twitter app, he said, I'm out here with the burner on threads. Come find me. He's like, I'm back to my burner ways.
No, man.
I want to see that jump off again. He's just in his own comments defending
Oh, he
himself.
don't. Yeah, he don't care. I think he has fun with it, which is funny to me. Like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that's fine.
Let's see it's actually really encouraging to me that you guys both think that LeBron isn't like totally falling off and that he still has his power and his strength.
No,
So
not at all. Not at all. I
I'm
mean,
I'm glad I'm
you
wrong
know,
there.
when you're that rich and you can pay for things to keep yourself healthy, and the NBA isn't gonna fine you or flag you for using HGH drugs because you're the face of the league. You can do
Oh,
whatever you
whoa,
want.
whoa, whoa, whoa!
You
Breaking
can do whatever you
news.
want, man.
I feel
Let's see.
like I feel like a lot of it too, which I don't know. Like he has two kids who are supposed to make the NBA, and that
Ooh.
alone is pretty. That's a lot of motivation, especially when you have the chance to play with one of them. They're trying to say two, but I doubt that. But I mean, they're good, and they'll definitely be playing in the NBA. So I don't know. I think he wants to do that too, and then he's gonna call it.
No.
That's a great
Somebody
point.
somebody called me an asshole the other day because I referred to Brownie as Tin Man.
Tin
They were
Man?
like,
No
yeah.
heart, you ass!
That's
Wow.
it.
Nice.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
Speaking of those two, I feel like Bryce goes further than Bronny
Oh
in the
yeah, me
league.
too. Me too.
Like,
You
what
think
is
so?
Bronny?
You know
A
what?
shooting guard?
He's gonna play point, but you know what? He can play two if he wanted to. He's gonna be at least 6'2". He's like 6'2" now, but uh, if you watch it, he's super athletic, man. He's athletic enough to be in the league and not just be one of those dudes
True.
like at the far end of the bench. Like he should be able to contribute. Plus, he's got a really good shot. He can shoot the ball. There's no yeah. You can't say he don't shoot the ball because he can shoot. If I haven't seen him defend because a lot of his highlights are offensive highlights, but if he can defend and shoot, he's gonna have a long career in the NBA. Bryce might have the better career or the more uh illustrious career, I guess, because he kind of has more of his dad's measurables.
Hmm.
Physicals,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Bigger
So
body, yeah.
bigger body. He might be a little bit more athletic than his, at that height, that size. So, but I think Bronny's gonna have an all right career, and he probably has the better chance of playing with his dad than Bryce because that's a long time for LeBron to wait for Bryce to come into the NBA. So
Uh,
Didn't Bronny play it? They played in the Schwab tournament last year. I think they played
yeah,
against like Westland or something, and I
oh,
think
damn.
Westland beat him.
yeah, they did. That was to win the tournament.
That's
But
sick.
Westland had that Jackson kid, but not only that, like he's going to Oregon. The kid from Westland, Jackson, or I can't remember his name. He's really good though. He's really good. But the guard that he had with him, a little shorter maybe, but like he was built. He was nice. Those two they ripped up Bronny's team, man. They killed him. So
They were
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Um, Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns were the second game. They took on the Golden State Warriors at Oracle in San Francisco. Final score: Suns 108, Warriors 104.
Beal didn't play. That's the big news out of that game. No Bradley Beal.
What happened? Where did it say why why he missed?
They just had him as a scratch. But hey, he looked good all preseason. I can say that. And no shot at you, Luke. But the one game where he looked like he was unstoppable was against the Trailblazers. Like he was doing everything in his power to beat the Trailblazers that night. Like he was in and out. He was going by people, going through people. So, but
They
I
look
think,
good.
yeah, he did. They didn't really say that he was he
I
was a
got it.
late scratch from the game.
Said he missed the game with low back tightness, but optimistic
Nice.
to play Thursday.
You know what happened? Someone hit him in the tailbone.
Jesus. Frank Vogel's the coach for the Suns?
He is.
All right.
It's going to be interesting seeing Chris Paul on the Warriors. I thought he started to kind of get in the rhythm. Draymond didn't play either, so it was still a really good game. Like, just to think that those two are going to be back next time they play. Like, I don't know. Those are probably my top two in the West.
34
so
minutes
glad
for
that
CP3.
Draymond didn't play. I'm so glad.
Damn. Draymond was like being interviewed like on the side for a minute.
Yeah.
Let's see. Steph Curry, 7 for 7 from the line, 4 of 14 from behind the arc. Finishes with 27 points, -9.
That dude, he's amazing. There's no one like Steph right now in the league.
I mean, I think he's the reason they lost. No, I mean not the reason they lost, but it just says he's the big. Well, it says Kevin Looney -11, Andrew Wiggins -22 on the plus or minus. Okay, so definitely not Steph. Andrew Wiggins. Steph Splash Brothers, is that still a thing, or do you guys feel like that's they're changing to a different version now with Chris Paul and with age?
I mean,
I think Chris Paul's going to help. I really think he's going to help a lot. And I don't know, Klay Thompson, I kind of feel like it's been a rough week for him. He didn't get re-signed. There's been a lot of talk about him potentially not coming back next year. So I think there's still a thing, but it's hard to come off the injury he came off. It's hard.
He's still Klay, but I would be excited about not playing with them next year because then I can go somewhere else and, possibly be who I was before I got hurt, because all of that's just attached to the Warriors. And hey, you won a few championships there. Now you can go and possibly make some money, make some new friends,
I mean, I feel it's a good situation. And the guy that he was before, there will always be debate whether that was only allowed because he was playing next to Steph Curry. Like, I mean, I think we all know that Klay Thompson is good, but no one knows what he looks like without Steph. But I also don't think his ego is like something like, oh, I got to get away from here and go win one myself. I feel like he's like, oh, I am chilling. I'm just trying to go smoke some weed on my way home and play some like Wii or some shit. Like
I think him leaving would be the best, like, because he could go do that somewhere else and not have to worry about being in Golden State and hearing about can they win another championship? Are they still the Splash Brothers? He can go somewhere else and chill. He's won his championships. He can go somewhere else, find a new city, hang out somewhere new. So I think the one person I'm so ready to see play outside of Golden State is Draymond Green, because I don't think Draymond Green is even close to the player he was in Golden State if he's playing anywhere else.
I don't want to see Draymond Green on a different team. I feel like it's too late. Like, he's just going to be Dylan Brooks annoying. Like, I'm sure he brings stuff to the table, right? Like, he can move the ball for a big. But I don't think. I feel like you could do better and use that money elsewhere instead of paying an aging vet big money. But where would Draymond go? The freaking Lakers?
Like I told you,
I don't want it.
In the chat when I said someone was going to pick him up. Same thing with Draymond. It's going to be one of his friends from the airport to go home. And that's
going to get picked up.
I don't know. The Lakers would be cool. You could do Milwaukee. Side note, I do have a lot of buddies that went to Washington State and said Klay was a avid weed smoker. So just kind of,
he looks like it.
There was that one time he got arrested, or not arrested, but he got pulled over. I think he was in his driveway though, and they were like, I don't know, for whatever reason they saw that he had a bag of weed. He was like, "Come on, guys, I'm home. I just want to go home." Nice. Shout out Klay. Do what you do.
When Klay Thompson retires and becomes a commentator, you know who he's gonna be like?
Bill Walton.
Yes.
Oh, I can see it.
He's gonna
What's
be a
Hey,
better
What's
version.
Bill Walton up to right now?
I don't know, but I
Bill
hope he
Walton, that's a
never
good one.
commentates another game.
Dude, he is all over the place.
That guy. The game will be going on, and he's like, "Oh yeah, yesterday I went to go feed my dogs." Like, bro,
That reminds me of a story. Back
right.
in Washington,
Bro,
it
who
was
is the dude that
1964.
they have the same dude that commentates with him all the time because that dude knows how to bring him back, and also it's the only one that can tolerate him. It's so funny. I gotta find his name. He's the only dude. If you watch all his games, that's the only dude that'll commentate with the my guy. So that's so funny.
Shout out to Bill Walton. Come on the show.
Please, so
uh,
funny.
are there any other games, teams, things that you guys are excited about as this season tips off?
I know
Man.
Luke, man. I know. Yeah, I know. Luke's got to be excited for. I don't know if you're excited about. You got to be excited about Portland, man. Those young dudes, man. They look
Hmm.
nice. Now
Young
No, it's
young
that's a nice young
guns.
core.
it's something that, well, I don't know, we've talked about it for so long, probably the last 4 or 5 years, and the fact that he's not holding us back, but now that it's happened and it's kind of set in, and seeing him play for Milwaukee, like, I'm excited. I'm really excited to watch him tonight. I'm not really, no high expectations over here. Like, I do think Anthony Simons is a lot better than people are even thinking about. I really
Amen.
think if he plays the way I know he's capable of, there's not going to be much skip of a beat. Like, Dame is obviously amazing, but they have the same trainer. He sat under Dame for 5 years. Last year was his first time ever starting, and he balled out. Like, especially when Dame was out, which is funny. So weird thing to think about is them having Scoot Henderson. Like, Scoot's supposed to be the real deal, but I've always wanted to see Anthony be point guard, and I don't know. I wonder how they're going to coexist together for sure. So
What's your ideal starting roster for the Trailblazers right now?
I mean, it's funny because Scoot's supposed to be next generation top talent, which he will be, I think, eventually. But I would put him on the bench. I'd put Anthony, Shaden Sharp, Thibault, Grant, and then you have Ayton, which I hope Ayton's a lot better than everybody's talking shit about, because they did get Robert Williams, and Robert Williams is pretty darn good. So they have a good
Yeah.
backup.
Dang, that's crazy. You're gonna have Robert Williams on the bench when he's like that defensive rim protector. I feel like that's what Portland has been missing. Just like living here and watching the Blazers. Definitely not as much as like Blazer fans, but it always feels like, I don't know if Nurk was that guy that could really defend the paint, but to lock it down and make your opponents have to shoot. Yeah, but now you got Ayton, who is, a high draft pick. What was he? Was he
One.
one?
Number
Jeez.
one, yeah.
And he has that potential. It's been a couple years, so you'd like to see it actualized. But and then you also have Williams, who is definitely a proven rim protector. So one of those guys eventually, or even if they rotate him in, like, or at all times, you will have somebody that can defend the paint. Do you feel? What do you think the Blazers need, or what do you think has been stopping them the last couple of years?
Dame.
It's funny, right? Because they trade Dame and they get all these pieces, so they needed just one more decent guy. And now that they trade Dame, it's like, now if they had Dame on this squad right here, we'd be so good. But at the same time, it wouldn't have happened without moving on. So
Right.
I don't know. With them, it's just they got to start getting older. I don't know if I believe in Ayton that much, and especially what's funny is in the preseason. I know it's preseason, but Ayton versus Nurkic, and Nurk freaking shit on him. Like, he had
Oh
almost a
damn!
triple double in the first half, and then he put his street clothes on in Portland and sat there the whole second half, and it was just like, Nurk, what? So
Yeah, you think he like did that on purpose, like as a fuck you to the Blazers or to their?
yeah,
Your general manager? Who's your general manager right now?
Joe Cronin.
Oh,
Joe Cronin was at Nurk's wedding,
man.
which happened a couple weeks before the trade. So I don't know. I look at it more like he's
Ooh.
got fresh life in him, just like most players when they get traded. So yeah, it's tough, but it's kind of cool to see the guys that I've followed for the last 6-7 years and watch them play on other teams and see them do good, because part of my heart is like I rooted for them for a long time. So it's good to see.
At least they're doing good.
Yeah.
It's happy trails. Good luck. All
They're gonna
that.
be nice.
What about you, Forrest? How are those Chicago Bulls looking?
Oh man, they're looking regular.
Said
Regular.
Lonzo Ball already said not playing this season.
No,
So who
he's
are the
scared.
hopes? Who are the hopes being thrusted upon? Levine. So we got who's
Definitely
in
Levine.
Chicago?
So they got Levine, they got DeRozan,
All right.
Pat Williams.
Still have
They
Vucevic?
got they still got
Yeah.
Vucevic, who by the way shitted on Holmgren earlier.
Chet?
Yeah, I forgot shitted on by. Hey man, my guy. Hey, Vooch is athletic, man. Don't let the last name fool you, man. He don't just shoot threes and block shots, man. He's he's not the big man from the Six Man. If you guys ever watched that movie, but it's tough, man, because you have Levine and DeRozan who are both ball dominant, and I mean they both want to be alphas, so they're gonna have to find a way to share the ball. They also got a Kobe coming off the bench, who's just gotten better every year. They've threatened to trade him, or they've been looking to trade him, but he kind of just gets better every year. And even if it's just like coming off the bench, Lonzo, I think, is a big like hurt to them not having him on the court, because he's a pure point guard. Like he's one of those guys, like kind of like Chris Paul. He can go out there, have 9 points, and you think, oh, he didn't do much, but he can still kill your team with 9 points, because then he has like 20 assists, 12 rebounds, runs the team well, gets
Who's getting
everybody up and
20
down the
assists?
court. Lonzo,
Oh.
who do you think I was talking about?
I was like, Russell Westbrook?
No, yeah. Andre Drummond's on the court, but I seen that fool miss a dunk on the break the other day. No, man. I was hurt, man. I was hurt. Perimeter defense is always going to be good right now, because they still have Caruso, and like I said, Kobe White's there. Ao Dosomu, that guy's pretty good. He actually had a chance to sign somewhere else and be a full-time starter with a lot more money, but chose to come back to play in Chicago. So, I mean, they've got pieces. Dalen Terry that they drafted last year, Pat Williams a year before that. They picked up Torrey Craig this year. So they've got pieces. They got to put it together now. DeRozan and Levine have to buy into playing with each other. Whether it's one scoring 40 one night and the other scoring 20, and then vice versa. But they got to figure it out to play together. So
Yeah. Torrey
yeah,
Craig is a winner, though. I was a
yeah,
good pickup. And I don't
yeah.
know. I think I agree with you with Lonzo, dude. If he was playing, and he said it himself, they've all said it. Like if he was playing, I think they
Totally
haven't even
different.
got to
Yeah,
see it. And
yeah,
I don't know. Him being out another year, it's sad, because it's the same thing Brandon Roy had. Just both his cartilages are
yeah,
gone.
yeah. And
So
Wow.
and you're hoping that kind of like how everybody had like ACL problems a couple of years before, and then all of a sudden, like the medicine world, like they've advanced
Oh,
so
yeah.
much that ACL and they're still horrible injuries, but it's not like before. Like those were you had one of those,
Career.
your career was done.
yeah,
And
that's
now
true.
these guys are
Dang, that's
now these
crazy. And now
yeah,
it's like
right.
9 months to a year. You can be back. You can be back in football. Is it the
Look at
same?
Adrian. Remember Adrian Peterson? That fool came back in like what was it, like 6 months, 8 months, I think,
That's
when
crazy.
Adrian Peterson got hurt.
What,
So
like, I know it's 9 months, like, kind of minimum, probably closer to a year in the NFL. When you hear ACL in a basketball player, like dealing with NBA, uh, is that a different timeline, or do you guys think that's still the same
different
athlete?
timeline. I
Same
think it's
different?
different just because these guys are the way they get up and down the court, and then depending on if you're one of like if you're like a dude like say like Shaden Sharp, you see how explosive he is. That that you really need those tendons to
Those
get up and down the
ACLs.
court. Just yeah. Shaden Sharp, man, that fool. Him and it's sad to see Nasir Little leave Portland too. I like the guy. He's a UNC guy too, so it was nice having him there. But those guys, when you watch them, like just from baseline to baseline, and then you see them like when they jump for like loose balls or rebounds, bro, those guys are so athletic. It's crazy. So I
Mhm.
think yeah, just to bounce on guys like that, and plus when you get up and then you have to return back to the ground, that's a lot on your knees, man. Uh, Growing up in a place like American Samoa, I used to see it like you don't really think about like kids from Samoa like getting up and down the court like that, like big time leapers. But there were a few, but concrete. You know, we didn't have wood courts back home, so playing on concrete. You know what I mean? Like imagine jumping up and down all the time on concrete. Yeah, that's tough. So I mean, it's not as bad on these wood courts, but it's still that's still tough on guys who play basketball. I think it's a little tougher for them than football players making those cuts. I know they need those ACLs, MCLs making cuts and stuff like that, stop and go. But a jumper, I think it's a little more crucial to him to have his ACL and MCL still be the same. You see guys come back from those injuries before, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't jump the same. They couldn't, make those lateral movements the same. So
Mhm.
I think just basketball movement it makes it different for them.
Are there any wood courts in American Samoa?
None whatsoever. So Noah had the idea of building a court there, and then me and him were trying to figure a way to get a court there. We're still in the process of figuring a way that even if it's just a used court that we can buy somewhere and construct back home, that's what we're looking to do. But also we got to think about the upkeep of it because we don't live back home. We
Mhm.
both live out here in the PNW, so we're still trying to make that happen.
I I never thought about that. Like at
Yeah,
back there, it's all cement
none.
courts.
It's all cement courts. Even high school courts, like
Oh my
the best
god,
courts in
they're all
Samoa, they're
outdoor.
not. Yeah, they're not like the college gym. That's probably the best court out there. It's not concrete. It's like clay, but it's like
Oh
you
right,
know what I
right,
mean.
right. Yep.
It's still not wood.
Yeah.
I
Damn.
remember the first time being on a wooden court when I was younger. I had got where were we? I think we were in Virginia. You so like I said, if you're a kid that grew up playing on concrete courts, you get on a wood court, you can feel the bounce on the wood court. I was like, oh, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I'm a freshman. I'm barely like 5'5". I was like, I swore I could dunk the ball after I got on the wood. I was like, I think I could dunk. But that's what it makes you feel like. So yeah, man.
Springy.
Yeah, man. Wood courts are amazing. It's crazy.
That damn. Yeah, I didn't I never thought of that. That's crazy that there's no wood courts. If you want to get a hardwood court to American Samoa and know how to make sure it stays, doesn't get rained out and all deteriorated, hit us up. Or go make that happen. Don't even talk to us.
Yes.
Skip us. Go do it. Put a hardwood court in
Amen.
American Samoa. Can you imagine how many ballers, how many of those volleyballers would be
Oh
bouncing
man.
around, dunking in that gym?
We'd have to make
It'd have
another
to be
movie.
closed.
If after last
It's
goal,
crazy.
what is the name of the
Oh,
movie?
next
Last
goal
goal.
wins.
It's gonna be next goal win. It's gonna be the next Spike win. So you know what I mean? Another movie about
Volleyballers.
volleyball back then. So
Yeah. Damn, that's interesting. We'll I'll keep a tab on that.
yeah,
Kristaps Porzingis plays for the Celtics now.
first
Uh,
game today got his first bucket.
Bro, looks pretty good. I mean, he definitely looks more athletic and aggressive than he was in Dallas or even New York when he first drafted.
Man, I
Um,
think
the
I think
Celtics, you
he's
think
healthy.
that changes them?
I think
That makes up
if
for losing Marcus Smart?
if he's pre Porzingis, pre-injury Porzingis. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's because the way they talk about Wemby now is how they were talking about Porzingis when he came into the league.
True.
Like the dude's name was like they called him a unicorn, and from that reference, everybody, not all these guys that come in that can do the same things, those guys are unicorns. So yeah,
Oh yeah, that word sticks out when I think of
yeah,
Porzingis, unicorn.
yeah.
That's what
Just
they were.
'cause
Okay, that's what they were calling
he
him.
could, yeah, it's because he could do everything. You know,
I don't
at
know,
that
dude.
height.
You got you compare it to Marcus Smart, dude. Drew Holiday's in my opinion, a big upgrade over Marcus Smart.
Oh
And then you
yeah,
got
totally.
Porzingis. They're looking good. I'm picking them to come out of the East. They're
Yeah,
good.
they've been so deep in the Eastern playoffs the last couple of years, and I guess this could, you're saying, push them over the top and get them to the finals, get them over the hump. Yeah, Jason Tatum. Who else? They got Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown.
What's the guy that's bald now? Derek White. D'Angelo
Yeah.
Russell's
D'Angelo
inspiration.
Russell's favorite player.
That's crazy. I was looking back at it. Derek White, I think second team all defense. And
Big
I mean,
look, if I could get D'Angelo White to every game, give me D'Angelo Russell.
D'Angelo White. That's all.
If I could get D'Lo to be Derek White every game, I'd take that over losing him in the playoffs, like when he disappeared. Like that's if you could fuck it. If you come off the bench and you are that guy that leads that second unit, really like shuts shit down, I would absolutely take that over wondering if D'Lo's going to show up tonight. Because when he's hot, it's good seeing him have that confidence hitting those shots. But I don't know what it was against Denver in the playoffs, but he got yanked. Like it didn't work. People were talking about like letting him go. We ended up re-signing him, so we got to make it work. But yeah, looking back at it now, I don't think Derek White's that bad. I definitely understand what he was saying, but our expectation was that D'Angelo Russell was going to be a starter, right? And rocking with the likes of LeBron James, Anthony Davis. And when he said bench spark plug, I was just so thrown by that. Just like, hey, Derek White. Yeah, but shout out to D'Lo, shout out to Derek White. Come on the show. So the Celtics got the Celtics coming out of the East. Who's the favorite in the West for you guys? Or besides the Bulls, Forrest, who would be your favorite coming out of the East?
In the East?
Yeah.
Boston, I gotta be.
Yeah. Okay.
But not very far off would be Miami. You can't ever count Miami out. They're like the Rocky of the NBA. You know what I mean? Guys keep counting them out every time, and what do? They come back. They go to either the conference championships or they go to the finals. You know,
Jimmy
you just
Butler.
never count them out. Yeah, man.
That heart, got that dog in him.
Man. You know what I mean? I hate that word.
Yep.
I hate that phrase. But yeah, he does. But he does.
I just came Jimmy back Butler, from the doctor. He confirmed. I got that dog in me.
Dude. Any team that has Jimmy Butler on it has a chance to win the game.
Yeah.
That's how I see Jimmy Butler.
The Minnesota practice squad.
When he takes the
subs, it's fucking any team with this man has a chance to win. That's
what I'm saying. So
shout out Jimmy Butler. Damn. Michael Jordan's son. That's crazy.
Hey, it's not a
myth. It is his son, bro.
It's facts. It's facts.
We see the genetics every week, every night with this guy. We see his dad just shining out in him.
That's what he's got to tell. He's got to ask Tyler Herro, hey, man, are you going to be my Pippen or what? Hurry up. Hurry up. They didn't want to, according to Pat Riley, they weren't trying to trade you, so get over it.
Oh, okay. Hero was never...
Nah.
Allegedly. I'm sure Portland was like, we don't want that guy. We got
right, exactly.
Shooting guards.
Like, what the hell are we going to do with Tyler Herro? Shit.
And now they're like, we were never going to trade you, Tyler. You were never part of those discussions. It's like, why is my name in the biggest font on this paper?
Tell me
Love you
why.
the most.
I was talking to somebody the other day about Tyler Harrell for a good like 15 minutes, and the whole time I kept calling him Jack Harlow.
Oh, no.
Because they're friends.
I have no idea.
He doesn't have hair like that, right? Oh.
No,
Harlow
no.
hair.
Have you guys seen the new White Man Can't Jump?
It was all right.
Hmm.
Hey, Jack Harlow can act. He can't play ball, but he can act.
Yes,
can't
it
hoop?
was actually pretty good.
No, he was a good actor. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
He was a
And
good
beat the
actor.
original though.
No. Because those fools could ball. Like, I mean, Jack Harlow isn't bad. You know what I mean? Like, at least it was believable that some of the stuff he was doing. But nah, Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes, those fools, they play ball. They could play, man.
They
So,
were
Woody's
like super
balling.
jacked, too. I feel like
Yeah.
Wesley was ripped.
he was,
Shirt
man.
off.
I mean,
Blade.
you had to be really in tune with your manly self to wear those tank tops and shorts back then.
Oh, yeah. They had those 80s. Yeah. Let's see. All right. Western Conference. Let's hear it right now. Who do you guys think is coming out of the West in the playoffs? I know we're 82 games away, but fucking who do you guys think? Who looks good?
It's the Western Conference, man. There's only
There's
one
too
team
many.
that's coming out of the West, man.
The Mile Highs.
It's Denver,
Denver.
man. Nah.
Denver's definitely
Everybody
the
wants to
favorite,
say
right?
Denver.
They
Definitely.
just did it. They just did really well
They
in the
are.
conference rematch. Jokic continuing to be that guy.
Forrest.
Best player in the NBA.
Forrest, you
Jokic?
put Jamal Murray on the Bulls. Holy shit.
Oh,
That's all I'm
yeah.
gonna say, man. Denver's good.
Denver's good. They are. They're the favorite, but I think, and I might be alone in this, but I think the Thunder are going to surprise everybody and go to the NBA Finals.
The Thunder.
Yes.
Shea Gilgeous, Chet. They still got Lou Dort? No.
New York.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who else is over there?
Williams.
It's
All
all
right.
those players, 8 first-round picks.
Yeah, and they could make a
man,
move to get a big
future.
guy too.
That's what I'm
They're
saying.
good.
So they got the pieces to make a trade for somebody. If they're smart enough, they would trade for Williamson from New
Zion?
Orleans. Yep. And pair him with Chet. And then you can't ever say that they're not strong enough down low anymore because you put him and Chet next to each other. Super athletic, and Zion's built like a tank. So
Yeah, one of them you can't move, the other you can't shoot in front of.
yeah, you can't shoot over. So
Yeah.
That's a great take, dude.
Yeah.
I've been wondering about Zion because I just feel like he needs to get out of New Orleans. But
yeah. Oh man, I don't know if you guys saw him in preseason, but he looked like Duke Zion. So I'm hoping that he stays away from the porn stars. And
she found him.
I'm just saying, hey man, well, you didn't have to find her back.
He replied, "I appreciate your work. Let's go get some wings."
He obviously did. Man.
Fucking Zion.
Bro, what is up with these young guys, man? Like, hate to go back to football, but look at this dumb guy again. I don't know the full story, but Chris Olave, please, man. The NFL has a program where if you just call, you know what I mean? If you weren't drunk, fine. You know what I mean? You had to get somewhere in a hurry. Bro, just have someone drive for you. Gosh.
Chris Olave cited for speeding. What was he, like 45?
25 over?
25 over?
So,
it wasn't that bad, but he got arrested.
Yo, he got put in jail until they bailed him out the next morning.
Did you guys see the video? He was like,
his
Saints, man.
No, damn.
And the guy's like, okay, or something like that. He's like,
not that, man.
Yo.
Anything but that, man.
As a security guard who's heard stuff like that, I can tell you that does not help. That
It
does
doesn't
not
help.
help because
It does not help. That makes it worse.
because if they were like Saints fans that would have known, like that would have let you go, they would have known you. They would have
Right. They wouldn't have
recognized you
stopped.
already.
Exactly. They would have said, "Hey, what's up,
Oh,
Chris?"
oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Hey,
no,
what's up,
they
Chris?
didn't.
Do you need a ride home or something like that? But
Right.
no, they were like, "Oh, Chris Olave, Ohio State, huh?" Like,
Right.
fucking,
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. You beat LSU, right? Remember?
yeah, yo, they're in
Right.
that sucks to hear. I hate when that happens. You know who I am, or like, I mean, I understand like it might be desperation, like, oh shit, I'm about to get in a lot of trouble. ESPN's gonna be carrying this story. I'm gonna get in trouble with my team. I'm gonna lose money or whatever. But for it to come out on tape that you're like, oh come on, man, I play for the Saints, you
No,
know, or like,
the
come
one,
on, man, my dad's
the
like
one,
a senator, or come on, I know people on the force. Like,
man,
you fucked up. Just now, you got to eat it.
the one time cops want to release their body cam.
Yeah, yo, real
Right.
quick too.
Dude, he like complied and everything, and then I think he was like, "Oh man, you're all right." And then the cop says something, and then he's like, "I played for the Saints, man." And he's like, and then the Olave just
Oh,
kind of
that fool
sat
knew
there.
it. That fool
Yeah.
knew after he seen the ID. Yeah.
Right after, you can't answer that question though. He's like, "What do you?" I play for the Saints, and you're like, "And let me go, please."
Right?
It was
And like,
I
and I
don't
got
give a
like,
fuck.
You make me say this on camera? Do you want to come to the game? Like anything to
bro,
get him out of that.
I would have turned my camera on, but look, man, you got 10 G's in your car?
He's just you got the mic going. You're like, hey, do you have money in the car or not? Do you have money in the car or not? You're going to jail. 70 and a 35.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
that's a lot. That's actually a lot. I don't know. That's a lot. That sounds like it's in residential too. It's not like on a highway or like a freeway. Because if it's like
Yeah,
just
35.
35, it's like residential or like industrial. So that's tough.
Dodge Charger. Damn, not the Dodge Charger. Dodge Charger, police claim observed traveling at high rate of speed, recklessly maneuvering between lanes and around other drivers on the roadway.
Does it say if it was a Hellcat?
No. I think Charger is good enough.
Oh, Luke, who's your favorite young team in the league, man?
Basketball?
Yeah, besides Portland, because Portland's a young team that
That's what
I
I'm saying.
really like.
Portland, yeah.
Yeah, but of
Young.
course,
Yeah, they're the
obviously, Portland,
youngest.
man, yeah,
Are they the youngest? Average age?
yeah,
Yeah.
Damn.
yeah.
I would go the Thunder for sure because I
Oh,
mean it's been cool seeing
Nice.
them over the years, and I hate to talk too much about Portland, but I kind of hope that's the direction we're going, and we
Yeah.
hope to see that because, dude, holy shit, the Thunder are good. And when you said that earlier, I'm kind of sitting here like, that's possible. They have every
Yeah.
piece that you would need. They can guard anywhere. They're athletic. They're young. Man, they're good. And I don't know. I am excited to watch the Spurs, but also the Rockets. I think the Rockets could take a decent
Rockets.
leap this year.
Yeah.
So
You know what
lots
they're
of
gonna
fun
do it
teams.
without though? They're gonna have to do it without Kevin Porter because he's another dummy.
He got traded to the Thunder.
And now they're about to release him.
Ooh.
Yeah. No one wants him because he's about to get convicted. But I mean, his girlfriend right now, who, side note, also gonna make me look like a douchebag, is bad as shit. She used to play in the WNBA. She used to play in the WNBA. She's older too. She's older. She's bad as shit.
She's defending
When
him though. She's saying like nothing
No,
happened.
yeah. So
when you
now
say bad,
she's backtracking
she's like
like
not.
like Michael Jackson bad, not your mom bad boy, not that one. Like Michael Jackson like bad,
Like bad?
ooh,
Oh, Michael
like
Jackson bad. Oh,
no, like Michael Jackson bad.
good bad.
Yeah, she's backtracking now, saying that he never choked her, that
no.
he didn't slap her. But whether you two came to an agreement, you guys should have came to that agreement before you went and pressed those charges or called anybody. Not that, because if it's true, then please don't back down on what you were saying, because that that
Yeah.
for so many reasons that's not part of our sports show. We're not going to talk about, but protect yourself, please, if that did happen. But yeah, not so. But that's like, what are you gonna do now? Because look at Miles Bridges, same thing. You know what I mean? After the fact too, the
Yep.
girl tried his girl tried to say the same thing, like nothing really happened like that, but it was too late. Um, and now Kevin Porter is so young, man. That's
Yeah.
come on, man.
And he can ball, dude. He can ball, but at
Oh
the end of the
man,
day, I don't care how much you can ball. Like
no,
what
if
it
you're a
what
douchebag,
dude, yeah, what does it take for I understand getting upset, but it's like when you start hitting and like punching walls and punching your woman and didn't he throw something at the this was Bridges. He threw
yeah,
something at the car while his kids were in the
yeah,
car.
we're in the car, and then so now he's also in trouble again because he broke the restraining order. So he might not even be playing this season because that was sad because he was about to come back. Teams were actually wanted him after everything was settled, but now he got in trouble again. But uh, for Porter, that's crazy because the Rockets were going to be nice. I don't know if they would have kept him though, but I know they would have looked really nice early. You know what I mean? With him,
Hmm.
Jabari, uh, yeah, more than one Jalen over there. Jalen Green and another Jalen over there. There's just so many Jalen's in the league right now.
Kevin Porter traded to Thunder, who will immediately waive him. So what they
Yes.
Oh.
so the Thunder took on him for like salary or something, and then
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll blow this up. Rockets trading Kevin Porter Jr. to Thunder. Thunder get 2 future second round picks.
That's what they needed.
Rockets get Victor Oladipo, Jeremiah, something Earl.
He's that guy's not he's pretty good. He's not bad.
So they
Uh,
weren't going to play Kevin Porter, so they get rid of him. They get something in
they
return,
get
but
the
they have to give up
picks.
2 second round picks
Yeah.
to the Thunder. All
Yeah.
right.
The Rockets got Van Fleet too. They got
Oh
Jeff
yeah,
Green,
Dylan Brooks.
No, no, stop it. Don't say that. Don't
Dylan Brooks,
ever.
which
Brooks Dylan.
I know
Hey,
everybody
don't.
hates Dylan, but dude, Dylan's kind of like a guy that everybody needs on their team, in my opinion.
I can see
Oh
that.
man.
And he's
If
not
he's on
breaking
your
any
team, yeah.
laws.
If he's on
So
Exactly.
your team, yeah, I can agree
he's
with that. Oh my gosh, it's the one guy I do. Anytime someone says, "Hey man, let's go watch us play the Rockets," I'm not going just because I have to see that guy on the
Oh
court.
my
I'm not
gosh,
going. I don't care.
you should go.
No, no, we're not going to see.
Luke, what
We're
were you
not going
saying?
to support Dylan Brooks.
Dylan. Yeah.
Dylan Brooks. He's the guy that your team needs.
He's a guy your team needs. I think Memphis is going to be in a different spot without him. And because Steven Adams went down, John Morant's out for a long time. Like, I don't know. The Grizzlies are going to be an interesting team, but the Rockets actually have a lot of good pieces and they're going to be
They
fun.
do.
But, Victor Wembanyama, guys, is amazing. Never seen something like it.
Tall. Can shoot.
Different.
Gifted
Dribble.
wise,
Dribble. Dunk.
hey man,
Drive.
I don't know. I don't know if you guys know who Manu Bo is, but he's got this kid named Bobo who kind of
Okay.
does the same thing.
Did he
You
play
know
for
what I mean?
Denver still?
I've been seeing that. He's in Phoenix.
Oh
He's in
damn.
Phoenix now, so it's gonna be. I think he just needs a chance to play. I he's about the same size as Wemby. Almost the same athleticism. I know everybody saw Wemby a little bit more because he played in Europe, and then when he started coming over here to play against like our high school guys, he got even more exposure. And then the fact that he came out or was supposed to come out like the same year as Chet, you know, there's just a lot more hype to him. He's possibly better than Bobo. You know what I mean? I haven't seen enough of Wemby to say so, but I've seen
Well, I
Bobo
will
play.
say, Bull, dude, he played at Oregon. Didn't he get hurt at Oregon too?
Yeah, he got hurt. Yeah,
Um, Last year the Magic gave him a chance, and it seemed like anytime he played, he did good. And
yeah,
I
exactly.
agree. I've been seeing that a lot over on Twitter and stuff, and it made me think twice. I was like, why didn't we hype him up? And somebody like quotes it and is like,
Yeah.
because Wemby's good looking and Bull's not. And I was like,
Oh,
That's tough. That's tough, man. Hey, man, you never know. That
French.
could. It's easier to market Wemby than it is Bobo, I guess.
I mean, Wemby's what 7'6", can handle, can drive, can defend, and is supposed to. I saw a meme that said Wemby was created to put the Jordan versus LeBron debate to rest by
Oh
lapping
God,
both of them.
no, stop, no.
It's like, damn, we gonna let a Frenchman do that? No, we
I'm,
gonna
I'm
all our
not.
American records are gone.
I'm not gonna buy into that rhetoric.
We'll see. I mean,
No, me
definitely
neither.
need some exciting new flag holders for the league. I think.
Definitely. I mean, Wemby definitely. I love that he's in the league. I love that we get to watch him play. But I think there was enough great young talent in the league that if Wemby had never shown up, the league would be in good hands. Because again, guys like
If
Jalen
who is the
Green,
face of the league like in 2030? In 5 6
2030.
in 5 6 years, LeBron's gone, Kevin Durant's probably gone, Steph Curry's gone, like everybody we really know, right? Those aging guys that have won
Willis
championships.
Alexander, I think he, I
Ooh,
think, I think
Canadian.
he already kind
Yeah,
of is on track for it, bro. Like he was all NBA last year, wasn't he?
He
probably.
was, I think, yeah.
Clippers gave him up for Paul George, which they gave up a lot, but they also just kind of threw him in there, and it's like, dude, that oh man, if they could have that one back, I bet they would have.
Oh,
Thunder though,
definitely.
that's the Thunder continuing to just continue to take. Here, we'll take your good guy for this older guy who's a lot, and you give us a bunch of picks too, and
But a lot of people look at Thunder and like, what are you gonna do with all those picks? But like Luke alluded
just
to,
wait.
not even that. You can start trading them for, like, you can literally build your team because some of these teams that have like Philadelphia, if the Thunder, if Harden was younger and probably had a longer life in the NBA to go, they'd probably make that trade. They have the picks. Philadelphia would definitely love to have first round picks uh, for for Harden, who's going to be sitting at home, stupid.
He showed up with his bags for the road
Right?
trip.
Like, oh, they're going to take me. I don't have to practice. Come on, man.
Bro, you
I don't know,
don't.
dude. I think like the pick side of it, dude. The Thunder could, if Harden was younger, that makes sense. But dude, they can
Yeah,
go get Embiid. Like Embiid's not
that's
out
what
of
I'm saying.
reach, and
Exactly.
Was that
So
the Thunder can get Embiid?
yeah,
they
they
have
have
they
so
have the
much.
players and the
Yep,
pick.
and yeah, they have the capital to make any trade pretty much that they want
Yeah.
if they go after it.
I mean, that's
Like,
very strong position to be in with all those
yeah,
picks and stuff. And
what do they have? Like 3 million picks? I mean, it's just
like
that.
if you pick the Thunder in franchise mode in 2K, do you get all those picks?
You have to, and you know what? And a
Yep.
lot of, and those are
Yes.
all first round picks. It's
Yeah,
not
bro.
like it's not like they're just like a whole bunch of second round picks over the years. They're first round. There are so many first round picks that are holding on to, and
Those are first round picks from teams that think they're going to be in the playoffs, right? So usually
right.
they're going to be mid to late round picks, but sometimes those teams fall apart, and then you have like an early pick, and then you can
Hey, man,
package that up with your own pick, and
that
you know, the flexibility they have in terms of assets, especially draft picks. I feel like the Thunder could pull the trigger on some crazy stuff and end up with the piece they need. Like if people do say, yeah, they're young, but they're really just one piece away, one or two pieces, they could pull the trigger and ship all of the pieces out, all those picks out the door, maybe a couple players to get whoever they wanted. Kevin Durant back on the Thunder for 1 2 years. I mean, they could do it. Yeah.
man, we're
There you
hella
go.
disrespectful. We're just talking about Bobo and Wemby and how they, like, you know what I mean? Like the skill sets are crazy, and here we are forgetting that we're literally talking about the Thunder, who have Chet Holmgren, who almost has
Yeah.
the same skill set as both of those guys. So
I don't
yeah,
see him
they're
as like as slender man as
no,
as
no,
Wemby or even Bowl.
no. He's I mean, he's gonna be all right because I mean, blocking shots is blocking shots. They're not gonna put the Thunder aren't stupid. They're not gonna have him get posted up all the time. They'll have something for it. And even if he's getting posted up all the time, he's lengthy enough that you're gonna try to dump it into guys. You're gonna have a hard time trying to dump it down low to your post players if that dude's just has like the longest arm or leg in the world. I mean, denying your pass. So
And Chet
yeah,
got a whole year to bulk up too, dude. Like
yeah,
I think he's gonna be. I think he'll win Rookie of the Year this year. Everybody's talking about Wemby, but Chet, I feel
Damn,
like
yeah.
he's gonna do it. I really do.
Let's put some money on
man.
that.
You
Chet
know who I have
Holmgren,
winning.
Rookie of the Year. Yep.
You know who I have winning Rookie of the Year just because he's kind of been given the keys to the team already. No, Scoot. You know what I mean? There's
I
no
hope.
Dame there. There's
I
no
hope.
Dame there. I think Simons is cool that he's gonna take that role and move to the two, and they can play Shaden Sharp at the three. I think those three are gonna start together. Nothing against Thibault. I mean, he can play
Yeah,
some offense, but the other three, like Shaden Sharp's so athletic that whatever you think he can't cover, or if you think Thibault is better than him on defense, Shaden Sharp's athleticism alone kind of keeps him like real close to Thibault. So
that's
and
true.
Thibault's he's going to be great coming off the bench because he can guard 1, 2, and 3. So you don't necessarily have to bring him in just to defend your 3 because he can guard all 3 spots. He might be able to guard the 4. The rest of the guys in Portland, you know what I mean? I think Scoot just has the opportunity, I think, to be Rookie of the Year and the skill set. Uh, Man, he's real, man. I'm telling you guys, the kid can play. He's
Man,
Yeah, he's. What did you say last? He got that dog, and you
got
know what
that
I mean?
dog in him. That's going to
Yeah,
be definitely an exciting Rookie of the Year watch when you have this French phenom, when you have Chet coming back full
Chet. Yep.
strength. You got all these rookies. Um, yeah, it's going to be fun to keep track of. Thank you guys for being on tonight. Let's hit
Of course, man.
some shout outs. Shout out to y'all. Sorry I started this podcast late. Appreciate you guys for messaging me. So I was like,
Hey, man. If you're not here, it's not late. It just means we're early.
oh, I definitely no. Definitely want to respect you guys' time. I'm my bad about that, but appreciate you guys for hitting me up and getting my mind back in. His phone probably died. Damn.
Maybe,
Um,
yeah.
Shout out to Luke Jobs, who'll be joining
Always,
us on
always.
Wednesdays. Brother Luke, love you, bro. Thanks so much for coming on. We'll hit your shout outs. I don't know. I can text him right now. No, his phone's dead. Text me your shout outs. You got any shout outs for this week?
Oh yeah, man. Shout out to a network of podcasters that are starting out some new shows these past couple of weeks, man. We got the Way
Oh,
Back
yeah.
Wednesday show podcast with none other than yours truly, Lance Politomo, and my guy Sefa, man, who's part of the Politicking podcast,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know if they know how popular they are within. I mean, and just within, I don't know. Yeah, because they are. I mean, it's. I don't know. Even if it's just within our own community, because they also have a market in New Zealand and Australia now.
Nice.
You know, and I was listening. I always listen to their podcast, and they talk about how the music is different in New Zealand. Like when our artists go over there, they're pretty big. That's
Mm-hmm.
because New Zealand kind of has their own music industry apart from ours, and it's like yeah, they can really make it in the music world in their part of the world without ever crossing over into the American world because they're Australia and New Zealand are big enough that Australia is a continent. You know what I mean? But we don't think about it because we live in America and we're like, oh man, if their music
You
doesn't
know
hit
what
here,
we
it's not hitting.
think. You know what we think in America. Exactly. That's what we think in
Yeah,
America. If it's not
yeah,
working here, then nobody
yeah,
likes it.
then, yeah.
Like there's not hundreds of other countries
Right,
and people.
right. But Steph and Marcus, they're big out there, man. They're pretty big out there. Like just listening, like you'll see people tweet about it. I have my little cousins who listen to them out there. So that's pretty cool, man. And
Oh yeah.
with you, yeah, you and Cepho, Marcelo Salo, you guys have that way back Wednesday. This week's topic was
Marcelo Solo.
yeah, Marcelo Salo.
Marcelo Solo.
Hey, funny because he used to live in Japan. Cepho, you could pass for half Japanese, just letting you know. But I know.
What?
Hey man, Cepho could be half Japanese, man. He can pass for a half Samoan, half Japanese dude. But it's funny because you guys are talking about WWE, which
Oh, yeah.
I'm like Seppa. I don't call it that because I grew up with WWF.
Yeah.
And I mean, you guys have like even with you guys grew up with WWF, but kind of not like I grew. I don't even know if you guys know some of those
Yo,
wrestlers.
you got the shiny WWF. We got the scribbly WWF.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
I had guys like Coco Beware,
Yeah.
like Hacksaw Jim Duggan, guys like that. Like one of the Russian characters in there, Nikolai Volkov. Like only then, man, because that's when Russia and America had like this uh
Like feud.
disdain for each other, I guess, yeah.
Oh, nice.
But only in wrestling, like WWF, could my man be a villain one time. All of a sudden, was one of the bigger heroes later in his career. So that's pretty dope. But yeah, uh, if you listen to us, if you listen to the Politicking podcast, definitely go listen to the Way Back Wednesday podcast. Talk about nostalgic things from not just your childhood, but probably your parents' childhood too. To be
Ooh.
honest,
I don't know if we can go that far back.
Hey man, some of these kids that listen to you, I mean, you might have like listeners that are like 13, 14. So
their parents are our generation?
Yeah, fool.
Oh damn.
I know, we're older, bro. We're older, man. We're older, bro. I know. We're older. We also have another podcast, man, which is also super exciting. Just as exciting as the Way Back Wednesday, the new one. It's the Pacifica movie starter kit, where again Lance and Marcus talk about not just significant films Pacifica films in the movie industry, but some that are like significant to you individually. If you go and listen, they reviewed Once Were Warriors, which is I think for a lot of kids. No, we're not kids anymore. Sorry, I don't know why I refer to us as kids anymore. To a lot of people my age or that grew up around my time, Once Were Warriors was one of the first times that we were able to see like us on screen, but not just us. Like the whole movie was us. It wasn't like us. Yeah, it wasn't like us in a guest role or us one person in a starring role. The whole cast was us, and the storyline was us.
Yeah,
we could really relate to it. So that's pretty dope. The movie's super heavy, and I feel like, man,
it's good.
I feel
it's
like
a good description.
Oh my gosh. You know why? Because if you talk to a lot of people that see Polynesians on film or like YouTube or something like that, what is the first thing people tell you?
Wait, say that again. If you see Polynesians,
when non-Polynesians tell you about how they see us on film and what they see, and you know what I mean, like
non-Polynesians referring to Polynesians in film is stupid. Yeah. It's like, hey, Maui. Or like freaking savages or some shit. It's like,
see, it's one of those, or it's always, dude, your people are super funny. You know what I mean? Because
okay,
we're super fucking funny. But this movie wasn't. My gosh, it wasn't. I mean, it may have some like parts that made you giggle, but the whole movie kind of just. If you've never been torn apart from a movie, and you know what I mean, Polynesians that watched it and kind of saw, if they weren't directly in that life or lived that life, they knew somebody not too far removed from them that lived that life. So it hit home. It hit home for a lot of people. So that's dope, man. Go listen to it. They got so many good points about it. Even the production of the show was great, man. Lance, you know what I mean? He had like inserts from the movie. You know what I mean? When they were talking about something, he had tips in the background. You could listen to the stuff. Shout out to what's her last name? Beth.
Yeah.
What's her last name?
Beth Hecke in the movie, Rena
Oh
Owen.
man, she not retweeted. Sorry, she reposted the preview of the show. Shouted out the boys. That's
That was
big
dope.
for us, man.
That was huge,
That's
man.
crazy. Yeah,
That was,
because she's not just in New Zealand and Australia. She's a pretty big actress, like in Hollywood. So to have someone like that actually acknowledge the show. The
yeah.
first episode, in fact,
Yeah, that
sheesh.
was crazy, right? Because we definitely wanted to do Once We're Warriors as the first movie that we reviewed on the Pacifica Movie Starter Kit. And then for her, our first post was just about how the movie opens up with her and how you can tell she's going to be like a badass in it. And she commented on it. She was like, "Oh, this is cool. I'm honored to be your guys' first post. Can you bleep out the cursing? I want to repost this." And I was like, "Yes, ma'am." Beep, 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 beep,
That's
beep,
see,
beep.
that's dope, and this is why I love like doing like. Look, guys, if you guys hear me on these podcasts, I'm not a podcaster, man. Lance was gracious enough. Him and D-Rod one day were gracious enough to ask me onto the show to be a guest, and then the next day they were like, "Oh, you were pretty good. You just wanted to be on the show with us," and I was like, "You know what? I do." But
Yeah.
but see, like I didn't know that. That's a behind the scenes story. That's so dope. I didn't know she directly messaged you that so that she could repost it. So see even deeper, uh, deep in yeah. So I just a shout out to the new podcast that we got going, man. Trying to make this a network for things like
Yeah.
I think all we're missing right now is a female podcast, bro. I think that's all. So I think maybe we
Well,
should be
not
looking for
even
one.
necessarily just a female podcast, but we would love to get like other genders in here, like not just because
Yeah, no, yeah,
right now it's just Islander men, right? Older Islander men, like
yeah.
30
Older
year old
Islander man,
Islander men,
yeah,
like in these.
yeah.
We definitely have more people out there that have voices, experiences that can be beneficial to talk through, talk about, or passions that other people share that they could talk about. I'm trying to get my girl to do a Beyonce podcast, like just
Oh,
like review
see,
one song a week, and like that would be super dope. But yeah, right now we're doing what? We got sports, we got the funniest podcast, the Polyticket podcast, hitting
yep,
topical
yep.
stuff for the culture. Way back Wednesday, all this throwback, nostalgic topics that are coming at you. Pacifica Movie Starter Kit with all the films. Probably going to do TV shows and actors too. There's so much entertainment and information that we want to put out, but it's I think it's just barely scratching the surface because
Just barely.
right now what we're working with is like just the six of us. You know what I'm saying? So as we continue to grow, hopefully we can get more people in here, more views. Islander or not, if you want to make a podcast
Amen.
and you're down to do it once a month, twice a month, once a week, whatever it is, if you want to put the time into making a podcast, you can definitely hop on here. We can uh, figure out a show. We can build it out. We can help you record it. We can help produce it, put it up every week. We're
Yep.
starting to learn as we do these things how to most efficiently do those steps. So definitely reach out, let us know. Yeah, and we can get these other podcasts started.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Females, oh my gosh, let me talk to you. Hop in here.
Hey, I'm also I'm an asshole. I play around a lot and it might be offensive, but you know what I mean? This is I love y'all, so I'm gonna say, hey, we're also friends of the Alphabet Gang, just in case. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so yeah,
Definitely
definitely.
got our own people in our family, all across the spectrum of all the genders, but we want to
Yeah.
get more Pacifica, Pacific people voices that are out there listening to this. If you got a passion, you want to do a show with your friends, hit us up. Ballinesian at gmail.com or any of the socials, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, threads. We are at Ballinesian, even on YouTube at Ballinesian.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it got serious the day that I went to go look for a microphone. And then uh I remember, sorry, Sefa, I'm not blowing you up because this was already on the episode of Flight Night. I also went and got a hanger. I went and got a hanger and some pantyhose and made the cover for the mic that I can't even remember what it's called, but you know what I mean. So, hey, that's how you know it's getting
Thanks, bro.
serious. And then like
Yeah.
it's just yeah, it's cool, man. You get to come on here and voice your own opinions and you know what I mean. Just talk about shit, but you're also getting your own people exposed to a lot of things that otherwise they might not be exposed to, or maybe they're not comfortable talking about it, but they get to hear other people talk about things
Hmm.
that that they want to hear about. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
definitely hit us up. Uh, we love to see it, man. And
Love to
again,
hear it.
yeah, yeah, let us know, man. Tap
Uh,
in with us.
Luke messaged me back. He said his phone died. He wanted to say shout outs for him. Oh yeah,
Hell yeah.
and now we got car blocking train tracks. Shout outs from him. Shout out to the new Blazers era, and also shout
Eee.
out to the Seahawks for signing Frank Clark back to the team. Uh,
Yeah,
for me,
whatever.
shout outs to y'all. Shout out to Forrest. Shout out to Luke. Appreciate you guys for being on.
Yay.
Shout out to the network. Everybody over there at Polyticket. Everybody at Levasa. Um, yeah, man, just a bunch of dope people, in our network, in our circles that we're orbiting around, and I feel like this is another chapter that we're building even bigger and better things.
Hell
Shout
yeah.
out to Candace Parker, man, champ.
Gee.
Shout out to all the aces. Chelsea Gray, Kelsey
Yep.
Plum, Asia Wilson. Man, those some ballers.
Hey
And
man.
some baddies. Sorry.
So man, you know that T-Bessa, who's married to Chelsea Gray, who's
Mhm.
I consider one of my best friends' family, in fact. She invited me to watch when Chelsea was playing for the Sparks. My first WNBA game was going to watch the Sparks play the Seattle
Nice.
Storm, and we got to sit right behind the bench. And
Hey.
Candace, I mean, I know I'm older than Candace Parker, but I've had the biggest crush on Candace Parker since Candace Parker was Candace Parker. Before
Bro.
Sheldon Williams. But
Freaking guy. Who was she playing on the Sparks with? Sorry, we gotta go. Who was she playing on the Sparks with when she first got there?
she had
Lisa Leslie? No. What's
no, not
2005?
even yet. No, she still damn, who was on that team? Was Cooper on that team with her?
I don't even know. Anyways, shout out to them.
Nah, we'll figure it out.
We'll
Shout out
talk
to them.
more basketball next week. Listen to the Sunday
Definitely.
show. If you want to know what the next episodes are going to be at for the Way Back Wednesday in the Pacifica Movie Starter Fest, because we have that information. We know
You guys
what the
heard
next
about
episodes are.
you guys heard about Bollywood? Well, we're trying to build the Polyhood, so you know what I
Ooh!
mean?
Pollywood. Nice. I like that a lot. Yeah, thank you all for listening. Appreciate you guys. Again, we're going to be back Sunday night, Monday morning with the Sunday NFL recap, and then back again on Wednesday. Stay safe. It's getting dark out there. Wear something with high
And cold.
visibility. Oh
And
my
cold.
God. Yeah, it's getting cold. Drink some water, wear a sweater and some pants. Yeah, and as always, stay hydrated, stay blessed, stay ballin', love and light. Peace.